Tuesday night, we will go on to Torquay this weekend, but Tuesday night, you said probably is the angriest you've been this season. Have you got the reaction that you wanted from the players throughout training this week?
Yeah, listen, it wasn't a sort of angry reaction for anything we'd particularly done wrong. Like I say, quite the opposite. It was more than enough to win the game. It was an accumulation, I suppose, of frustration in the fact that you recognise that we're playing well at the moment and the players aren't getting the results that the performances are meriting. And at some point during the season, you probably have to preempt that probably not going to play as well. And when you don't play well and you grind out a draw, you might say great result, played poorly, dug in, got a 0-0, whatever it is. Get yourself home. Look towards the next game. At some point this season, that will happen. But at the moment, like I say, it's not. We're in good form. We're creating good situations. We're just killing ourselves in the attacking bit. That last pass, that last bit of care, and the most difficult part, sticking the ball in the net.
Is that what you kind of put it down to? Just as simple as that, to kind of turn around our away form a little bit and keep it as consistent as our home form? Just put the ball in the back of the net a little bit more.
It's certainly in the last 2 or 3 games, because you go to, like I say, you look at the last 3 away games that have been in sort of quick succession. Eastleigh, we conceded 2 poor goals, but we had more than enough chances to take something from that game, and only managed to get a goal in injury time. But the opportunities we had before that, we have to be making the game closer, quicker. Wrexham's quite an obvious one with the territory we had and the situations we found ourselves in, and didn't again take our chances. We can point towards Barnet a little bit. We have 21 shots at goal, and only score 1. And then similarly, Halifax on Tuesday, really good situations, chances definitely towards the back end. Like I say, really good chance that keeper makes an unbelievable save from Luke, but just things again are conspiring against us a little bit in the penalty area at the moment. And like I say, we've got to keep working at it, and I'm really confident things will turn.
We look towards this weekend. Some fans say probably our biggest game of the season, Torquay. And if you look at it in kind of way that they maybe hit a little bit of a dip in form, but still top of the National League where they've sat for quite a long time now. How do you see this weekend, and what type of test do you think we're going to face?
Yeah, so it's obviously a really tough game against, in my opinion, what are two good teams. They showed in the previous game that they were better than us, certainly on the day, and so we've got some wrongs to right there. They've had a little bit of a sticky run themselves, as you think every team would have through the course of the season. Probably one team that haven't had the sticky run at the moment is Sutton, and if they don't do that, then the way you look at things with the game stands, they sit right in pole position. Torquay's run really comes on the back of injuries to key players at key times, which means you change your squad and you lose that continuity. They weren't having to do that in the first 10-15 games of the season, and they managed to not grind out, sort of wheel out win after win after win, and if they didn't win, then they drew, and they didn't lose. They've all of a sudden, like I say, with them injuries, found it a little bit more challenging. Lost some games, things haven't gone their way, but they're still up at the top of the league where they deserve to be based on what they've done between start of October and now. So we know it's a really, really tough place to go, but like I say, we're in decent nick ourselves, and looking forward to the game. We know it's one that will be tough, but it's against the direct opponents, and we can not overtake them, but we can get ourselves 3 points closer to them, and that's something that we've got to look to go and do.
How much do you look back at that game in December and do you think the players almost look back at that game in December, especially the ones that did feature and may feature again tomorrow, and just is it almost that case of we need a little bit of a revenge here?
Not so much revenge. You look to, from your own perspective, you look to improve week on week, day on day from our sort of thing. What we were on that day, we were really poor defensively, and we were I suppose hampered immediately by having to make a substitution and change our shape. We ended up with, like I say, Cass going to centre back, losing Timmy, Cass going into centre back, Ryan Donaldson going into full back, and we had like I say, you would call it a makeshift defence, and that makeshift defence was made to look really, really makeshift by a team that at the time were full of confidence and were a real threat in terms of the front four players. We're better than we were then, and we're more, I suppose, stable in terms of where we've been, and we've got to make sure that's the case tomorrow.
Can you just give us an overall update of the squad and who's travelled and in an injury update? I know a few injuries we picked up the other night, and just tell us where we're currently at.
Yeah, everyone's again travelled as such in terms of the ones that were 50, 60, 40, 70, whatever you want to call it, who were doubts for the game. So Jono and Jamie have travelled, and we'll have a look at them today and see where they're at tomorrow. But we're at a point now where, with the amount of games we've got coming up and the games moving forward, the likelihood is we have to change team between Saturday and Tuesday, and the team we play tomorrow will be different than the team we play on Tuesday. So people need to be able to step in and do their do the job that's required of them with as minimal fuss as possible. And like I say, I'm hoping we can do that.